The QJO initiative exists to inspire action by highlighting the stories of the tired, the bruised, and the bloody in pursuit of their life's purpose. We will participate in recreation with intention to reveal the highs and lows that accompany each person on the journey to success. We are SGOC Media, and this is the Quit Jerking Off Initiative. So, Mr. Sean Utley, we appreciate you taking the time to come hang out, come spend the day with us. What is it you want the world to know about your business and going forward that we can help take forward for you?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think what I want people to take away is just clarification on who I am and what I do. Started as a photographer. I then started writing. Because of my sales background, a lot of consulting, building relationships, so a lot of ambassador work, and then I got into video. So people want to some people want to know, well, what is it exactly that you do and what's your title? Like, I'm an individual in the industry with, thank God, I have some pretty unlimited abilities, and I don't know what my limits are until I get into certain things, right? And they're tested, and I haven't found what those are yet. So I continue to grow, I continue to push myself, and I feel like the best way for me to grow my business and help everyone in the industry is to literally do that, to help people, right? Obviously I got to get paid, but to help people's businesses grow, and that means the manufacturer, whomever that is, and the customer, and then maybe the publisher in between, or whoever those people are, all those players. Everyone needs to have a path and try to be on the same playing field. And if I can be that person, whether it's through photo, whether it's through video, whether it's through actual marketing help, whatever that is, that's what I want to do. So there's almost no limit at this point. I don't know what it is yet.
Impact Center.
That's awesome that you built a business to get to that particular point, but it didn't start like that.
Not at all.
You were doing something else. You were working for somebody else,
yes,
and the decision had to be made. I really want to know about that. That's what I want to know is when a person becomes successful, I've noticed most of the time, you just don't happen to just stroll into it.
Right.
Something kind of spirals out.
Propels you forward.
How did that happen?
Corporate America, sales, doing that job, really enjoyed it, made a great living doing it, and I was doing the photography thing on the side. And it was, that allowed me to do these things on the side. When you're working for a company, and this is probably what I still continue to run into this. I am willing to be loyal and to work hard with people, as long as they're willing to do that. But at some point, I don't know, relationships have a way of breaking down sometimes in the business world, and you don't understand why, especially when you're giving passionately. And in the business side of things, that fell apart. I made a lateral move within the company. It wasn't good for me from my business perspective. I did everything I could to resolve it and make it right, and it didn't. And it got to the point where my employer was sick of me and I was sick of my employer, and we knew it, and it was then taking that leap of faith, saying, well, I'm done, I'm going to walk away from this. And then when I did that, I had over the years established myself in this business as someone that was reliable. So I was literally working 2 full-time jobs. I had a sales job, and I was doing probably almost the work at the same level I'm doing now.
Oh, really?
On the side.
Well.
So it was a lot. So it was actually an easy transition. And I remember walking out of this building and feeling absolute total relief for being gone from a very well-paying job that I've been doing for I can't tell you how many years. And I'm going to go into this world of the unknown of I'm going to make my own business now. And it was just total relief. Literally, when I got out of the building, I went to my car, called my people and said, I'm in this full time. Let's do it. The end. And it was just like that. But it was working that job, running that relationship out, realizing maybe I wouldn't get the return that I needed to for all the work that I was going to put in, and deciding I'm going to follow my passion. But I had support, my spouse. Yeah. She told me years ago, you need to go do this full time. And I'm like, yeah, but benefits and stock and all these things, which are awesome, by the way. I do miss them.
Yeah.
But she was like, you need to do this because you will be successful at this. And I couldn't see it. You know, you're a man too, right? It's the man thing. I got to provide. I got to do these things. And, you know, those things ran its course, and I made the switch. And it's literally one of those things. It's like history ever since that.
And you come across as a very passionate guy about what you do. It seems like it's very important to you. That's
my problem. Passion is what drives me. It's what excites me. And, you know, being in firearms, I have a history of being involved and spending money here and probably being disappointed too many times. And that's what's driven me to go to the levels that I go to now, is because I still remember just about each and every purchase and each and everything that I thought was going to make me be better or feel better or provide this feedback at the end, and I was going to, and things just kind of disappoint you. So once I got through those things, it was, how do I bring things to viewers and readers so that they can have the positive feelings that I was always looking for when I was going through the processes with guns. So whether it's an article that I write, photography, video, whatever I do, I still remember historically those things that happened to me, and that's what drives me to want to do well, because I just want good outcomes for everybody involved.
How does your direction, what you do, affect family life? You have a lot of passion in what you do. How does that correlate to time with family and how does it affect you there?
Honestly, up and down. So I travel a lot. And I used to travel a lot more than I do now because of the COVID stuff. But it took its toll in places, because you know, you're working for yourself, and when you're working for yourself, you're everything in the business. Mm-hmm. So you take on a lot of work. You're trying to make a name for yourself, so it can be stressful. And it just took a lot of self-reflection at some point, where you have to step back and go, okay, what is it that I want to do? What do I want to accomplish? What am I willing to give up on either side, whether it's at family or at work or opportunities? And you have to start balancing those things out. And then I got to the point where I remember saying, I got to start saying no. Yep. Because I made a name in this business because I was the guy that would bail people out. Like, we need this done in 24 hours. We need this done in 48 hours. Can you go here and do this? And we need this done in 2 or 3 days. And I'm like, absolutely, because I could. But at some point, that's not beneficial to you. So you have to start going, okay, what do I need to give up and what do I need to gain somewhere else?
So that you can continue to grow.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Making that no shift. I mean, is there a time where you made that conscious decision, or is it something that just evolved into starting to do the no? Did you just decide one day, I'm going to say no to certain things?
I did. I made that decision just because sometimes it can be so overwhelming. And when you're passionate about what you do and you don't realize that your passion is also sucking everything else out of you, and it may be sucking things from other people around you, you don't know how to stop, right? It's just this internal drive, and you tell people, well, you just don't understand. Well, sometimes you have to be really deliberate about what you're doing. And I remember one day going, you know, in order to keep my quality level up and able to stay really engaged in this, I have got to start saying no. And it's not that I want to say no. It's just, if the quality level is going to be there, I'm going to be able to get results for not only people that I work with, people in my household, friends and family around me. I have to be able to say no. And it's a hard thing to do.
It is.
When is that time that you start to scale back to grow? So I don't know.
You'll know. You'll know. I mean, if you're really honest with yourself and you're open to the feedback from others, you'll know when that time is. And usually it's when, I think when you start losing your energy in what you're doing and what you're passionate about, when you start losing some of that energy and you start looking for a way to escape it, like, you know, I really don't want to deal with it. Maybe I just want to spend more time doing that. When you start going back and kind of second guessing it, that's probably when you need to start saying no, so that you can keep your energy.
You know, as I understand, one of the things you strive for is to build relationships.
Yes. Key. Whatever you do, relationships are key. And I know that it seems like right now in our society that people are getting away from this kind of the me thing and everything is about me. Mm-hmm. But there's not a step that I've made, progression that I've made in anything business-wise or personal that didn't come from solid relationships. And what you find out when you have solid relationships, things become easier, right? Because everything is not on you. You have resources to reach out to help you get things done. So relationships is key. If you want growth, you got to have solid relationships.
I applaud what you're planning to do for your head in your life. I'm grateful I get to be a witness of it.
Yeah, thank you.
And that you took the time. So I expect to be with you again out in the same environments, and also dragging you out to scare your ass in the passenger seat going to a rock crawl.
We could do that. Yeah. I'm game. There's not a whole lot of stuff that I say no to. Open to opportunities, learning and growing, and experience and stuff, and sharing that with people.
Right on, appreciate it. We appreciate your time.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Damn
It was a good time. Thanks for having me out. It was great.